So you want to find out how to get your ADHD child to get motivated to start things like homework or reading. It can be anything though. It can be cleaning their room. It can be getting out of the house on time. It can be anything. You want to find out, how do I get them motivated? How do I get them focused long enough to get the thing done? Ooh, you are in the right place. I'm so excited to teach you this method. Before I teach you the levers though, because you're going to know 5 different levers and you're going to be able to pick any of the 5 at any time to help them with focus and motivation. Before I get to that though, you need to understand something about the difference between a non-ADHD and an ADHD brain. This is one of the differences. Not all the differences, but one of them. It's how we fuel our motivation. Do you know how a non-ADHD person can fuel their motivation? Do you know how an ADHD brain can fuel their motivation? A non-ADHD brain is very, very good at fueling itself through importance. Okay, I know this thing is important, so I'm going to do it. That's simple, right? So a non-ADHD person, for you as a parent, let's say you're going to your child, you can look at your child who said, I don't want to do my homework. You can look at him and say, I know, but doing your homework means you're going to get better grades. It's really important for you to get good grades. Your child might go, fine. And then they walk over and they do their homework because it's important to get good grades. It's important to brush your teeth. So telling your kids it's important to brush your teeth so you don't get cavities. Oh, fine, I'll go brush my teeth. It's important to wash your hands so that you don't get sick. Oh, fine, I'll wash my hands. It's enough to motivate them to do the task. ADHD brains are not the same. Oh, it would be so nice. I have ADHD, so I understand. I look at that and go, man, wouldn't that be nice if I just knew something was important, so I just went and got it done. No, we're more fueled and motivated by interest. What does our brain find interesting? It has to do with our dopamine. We have less dopamine flowing to the part of our brain that focuses. That is going to be the thing to focus in, and working memory, emotional regulation, all these different executive functioning skills. When we're interested in it, we're getting more dopamine naturally going to that part of our brain. If it's not something that interests us, I'm not that interested in brushing my teeth. We don't have the dopamine rush from it. Like, okay, this is important. I have to do it and get it done. So it's harder for us to do it. Some of these really simple things like brushing our teeth, washing our hands, getting our homework done, it feels a lot harder for our brain because we're not getting the same excitement and fuel that someone who doesn't have ADHD has. That's important to know because when we talk about these 5 levers, you're going to understand these are things that will bring more natural dopamine to your child's part of their brain that's going to focus, that's going to motivate them, that's going to get them to follow through on a task and finish it. And this is why this is so incredibly powerful. Think of it like you're sitting there with a gas can and your child's brain is the car and you're pouring some gas into their brain. They need a little more than other kids do. Other kids, you can fuel them up the right way with the importance thing and they're good to go the entire time. They're done with their homework. Great. They clean their room. Great. Your kiddos with ADHD, you might have to be topping them off with some interest. And this is how we're going to do it, okay? These are the 5 levers that are going to give them that fuel to keep them focused, to keep them motivated, and to really reach their potential, right? Because is it important to do homework? Yes. This is where your kids are going to solidify what they're learning in school. Is it important to read books? Yes. To practice these skills, to learn new things, to learn fancy words. It's very important for your kids to read. But if they can't focus for more than half a page, that's a problem for our ADHD kids. It's keeping them stuck. It's keeping them behind. Now this is going to help, okay? Here are the 5 things. The first one. Challenge. Challenge is a fuel you can use to get your kids to focus and to get them to start. Hey, yesterday, you read for 4 minutes. That's amazing. Do you think you can read for 5 minutes today? Oh, their brain is going to get flooded with that challenge fuel. Yeah, I can beat my score from yesterday. Let's go. Simple little things like that. I'm going to tell you right now, Down in the description, I'm going to link our Focus to Learn resource where I gave you over 200 ideas for all these levers, okay? So yes, beating your time is one idea. I give you 200 ideas to use these levers because I want to give you a shortcut so you don't have to go and figure this out on your own. I'm giving you the shortcut, okay? So when I'm done with this video, click that link and grab it because it's going to make it so easy for you to use these 5 levers. The second one, urgency. ADHD folks are notorious for waiting until the last minute to do something. They think about, okay, I've had this paper I was supposed to write and I've known about it for 2 weeks, but I'm going to wait until the night before and I'm going to jam it in and I'm going to get it done. I'm going to pull an all-nighter and get it done. We love a good deadline. So how can you give your child a deadline to feel a little bit of urgency in them that's going to flood them again with that fuel like, oh, I better do this because it's due in 5 minutes. Or my mom says I have to leave in 10 minutes, so I better do it right now. So giving them a little bit of a deadline. I'm going to give you a caution on this one. It can be amazing for some kids. It can be not amazing for others. Know your child. If your child is one that's going to get highly stressed and anxious about it, that might not be the lever that you're going to pull because yeah, we don't want to stress them out over it, right? But some kids are going to love it. They're going to be like, oh, I have to finish in 4 minutes. Bring it on. I got this. So it can be really powerful for the right kids. And again, I give tons of ideas that isn't necessarily stressful to your child inside of Focus to Learn. So grab it if you need more ideas. P is for passion. What is your child already passionate about? How can you bring that into learning? What is that thing that does naturally light up their brains? You don't have to worry about them focusing because they're already really interested in it. My son is Roblox. He could sit on that TV and play Roblox all day. If I would let him, he would play it 24/7. He really, truly would. So don't worry, I do not let him do that. So what I do is I print out a little picture of like a coloring page of Roblox. And every time he finishes a problem or every time he reads a sentence, he gets to color a little piece of the picture. He gets to see his progress. Oh, it's going to lag, but it'll come back. Don't worry. It's been doing this to me. He gets to see his progress. He gets to look at a Roblox character that he's already excited about. He gets to tell me about the character. He always will go on a little tangent about who this is and what they do and blah, 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 blah. And now he's a little more interested in doing what he's doing, okay? How can you bring in what your kid already loves into learning? I is for interest. Now, interest in this case, I'm talking about, because all of these increase interest. This interest is choice and curiosity, okay? How can you bring some choice and curiosity into learning? Hey, do you want to read on the couch or do you want to read on the beanbag chair? How can you give them a little bit of interest where it's like, you get some choice here. You're in charge of some of this. How can I pique their interest? How can you pique their interest to be like, what is this going on? I have tons of ideas. This one's super fun. So tons of ideas inside of Focus to Learn. Grab it if you need some ideas for that one. Novelty is the N. When things feel new and fresh, chef's kiss for the ADHD brain. Okay, when we get a little pattern interrupt, we're used to doing it this way, we're used to doing it this way. Something different happened. Oh, what is that? I got to look at that. Oh, what is it? It is great for an ADHD brain having some novelty. Novelty, the part that gets you is it's only going to be new for a very short amount of time, right? So if it's today, I'm going to let you use the smelly markers. That's going to be fun for maybe 2 or 3 times, but then you're going to need something new, right? That's the thing with novelty is like when you pull that lever, that is one that you constantly have to pull and be a little different. Challenge, well, same thing, because you can have a new challenge. That's kind of novelty and challenge. You can mix these together, right? This is where I want to give you the shortcut because I'm sure you're looking at this and going, oh, I can think of some ways to build in passion and urgency and novelty. But it does have to kind of be rotating. And the novelty, maybe it's like you do one thing for a month, or you try it once and once every month you can bring it back, but you need different ideas flowing through to keep those levers being effective and putting in the fuel that your child needs. And that's where Focus to Learn comes into play because this is one of the tools I give you. I give you an entire toolbox. The Coupon method, the Coupon rhymes with poopin', has nothing to do with that, but it's funny to say. This is one of the methods I teach. I give you an entire toolbox. I teach you more about the ADHD brain so you understand which of these levers you should be trying, which of the strategies you should be trying with your child. And it's going to actually teach them to use this on their own as well. Because yes, it's great for you to use in the moment. It's great. But ultimately, don't we want your child to be able to do things like this for themselves? Don't we want that self-regulation piece, that self-control piece to start ramping up? This is going to help. Focus to Learn is giving your child the self-skills to start doing it on your own so that when you're not around, they can still be wildly successful. So look at this list. Can you pick one of the levers that you can pull the next time you're going to do something that feels like school or feels hard for your ADHD child? Which lever are you going to pull? Can you add a deadline? Can you give them some choice, some interest? Is there something new sitting around? Like maybe you bought something recently and you're looking at it going, oh, that could be fun to use during learning time. Try it out. Is there a challenge you can do? A passion? Is there something they're passionate about? And if you're confused or overwhelmed, grab Focus to Learn. It has changed so many lives. It's changed my life with my relationship with my son when it comes to things that feel hard because of ADHD. I hope lots of families jump in and feel the change with this. So yes, this is the Coupon method. Pick your levers. Remember, your child is more fueled by interest than importance. We can use that to our advantage once we know that. Once you're aware of that, now you know, okay, I can't just say this is important. That doesn't feed their brain with fuel, but pulling in some different ways to build interest into their brain, that is going to feed and fuel their focus, their calm, their motivation, all that fun stuff. All right. Subscribe if you have not yet. I've got tons more coming to make learning and ADHD a breeze for you and your family and unlock your child's brilliance. All right. You've got this. I've got you.